And welcome back to the MAC. The Madonna Athletics Complex welcomes the Taylor Trojans into town for the fourth game of the year for both of these squads. The Crusaders and the Trojans both off to semi-hot starts this year. The Crusaders have had a pretty good year so far, 3-0-1 record, including a big win at home against receiving goat Spring Arbor, the only draw to the Northern Michigan Wildcats. And then Taylor has had a pretty good year themselves. They have scored a lot, and they have kept opponents from shooting the ball. The goaltenders only had to make 2 saves on the year, and they have scored 11 goals in 4 games for .275. And on the Crusader side, they don't shoot a lot, but when they do shoot, they score. 19 shots on goal, and they have scored 2 goals per game, 13 saves backpedaled by their main player to watch, and Alfonso Henrique, who we'll talk about in a quick second. But for this one, it's a big matchup. Can Taylor keep the Crusaders off the attacking end and continue their prowess on the offensive end? They got a lot of work to do with the level Alfonso Henrique has been playing at. He's one of the players to watch for the Crusaders, and he has been sensational. We'll get to him in a moment. We'll start on the left side of your screen with Andres Gomez. 4 assists on the season for number 10 so far. No goals, but has 4 helpers en route to a pretty solid start to his year with 4 points. We move over to the man who had a scorching hot start in Corey Matthews, a Schoolcraft transfer, now in his 2nd year with the Crusaders Shield. He starts out with 2 goals and an assist. He had 2 goals in the first 2 games, a little quiet as of late, but has been scorching to a scorching start. A big name for the Crusaders trying to get going. Jordy Lopez returning this season. He hasn't had the year he would like on the stat sheet. 1 goal, 1 assist through 4 games for 3 points, but he leads the team in shots and shots on goal with 15 total and 6 to find the target. It'll come for the former first team all-conference member in 2022 when we move to the goalkeeper in Alfonso Henrique, who had a really good freshman season in a split goalkeeping group. Was spectacular, but this year it's another level. 4 games has led up 2 goals, playing every single second. A .5 goals against average. He's made 13 stops and has an .867 save percentage and a 3-0-1 with 2 shutouts on the year. But Taylor has scored 11 goals in 4 games. A tall task. What will happen? The goalkeeper who's been scorching, the offense that's been scorching. We'll have to see. And we finish out with Ryushin Harami, who had himself a game no more than a couple days ago here at the MAC, scored twice and was named as a WAC Offensive Player of the Week. Had himself a day, has had himself a start to the year, seeing if he can build on that momentum as we go to kick off here in Livonia in seemingly 9 minutes. We're set to go at 2. We'll take a quick look at the Taylor players to watch. They have had an offensive start to the year, to say the absolute least. They have done such a great job scoring the ball, and then you look at their goalkeeping stats, only 2 stops, haven't had much to do. There's not been really much that their goalkeepers have had to do. The defense has been phenomenal. We start on the left with Matt Yoder. 4 games played, he has 3 goals in all 3 games he started, including a 2-goal performance 2 games ago and a big 5-1 victory for the Trojans. We move over to Justin Devlin, midfielder and defender, who has 2 goals and an assist, has been playing all over the field for this Taylor squad, and a pretty big piece early on, jumping up in his junior campaign, helping out the sophomore Yoder, who has been spectacular. We go to the middle with Bryce Lawrence, another Taylor Trojan with 2 goals on the year. They have 4 of them. Lawrence has been big in his senior season, providing leadership and notching a few of those 11 goals. Elias Munoz has been phenomenal. The freshman has 4 points in 4 games, 1 goal and 2 helpers. He has been a big name for Taylor early on. It's been a lot of young guys and another one at the very bottom in Carlos Sanabria. He has been phenomenal. 10 shots, 3 on goal, but he has been the Jordy Lopez of Taylor, as we like to call it. The stats may not be there. He has not lit up the stat sheet, but my goodness, has there been chances. He leads the team in shots and is up there for shots on goal with 3 of them. It will come for the youngster, the sophomore. We have kickoff coming up in about 7 minutes here on on the Madonna Athletics Network YouTube channel. We'll kick you aside, bring you back with kickoff here at the Madonna Athletics Complex.
The Warriors tried to bite. Willis inside. Euro step. What a shovel pass to Lizzie Mosley. Showtime right there from Kayano Willis. Oh my goodness. 3-pointer from Crone. Can't get the bank to go. Rebounded by who else but McQueen. She's got 14 of those. And the Warriors are going to let it happen. ticking the clock down. 13.5-point favorites, Rochester Warriors fall to the Crusaders. The first conference victory in a long time. Madness at Madonna here at ACC Arena. The upset. It's 17:45 remaining here in the second half. 0-0 looking to crack it open. One in the air, the header. It's 1-0. Jon Brune, his 5th of the year. Crusaders sideline erupts. Make it rain, number 8. It's 1-0. What a play. Gomez to Brune. You can't write it any better than that. The perfect window. Jon Brune, his 5th of the year. It's 1-0 Crusaders, 17:43. Dunn up top, under 10, 5 seconds left. Dunn drives inside, pick up the dribble, goes to Nunn. He goes baseline, gotta put something up. Young, fadeaway jump shot, bang! Goal game number 11. All-American season bid has started for Brendan Young. 69-67, this game's over. Skies that one in the center field. That one's going back into the chance. Krizik walks it off! Brady Krizik walks it off! He went to the batting cages to practice a little bit, and he nails it out at center field. Brady Krizik says, let's go home. We don't need 11 innings. He walks it off. A solo shot in the bottom of the 10.
You're good, just settle down.
Devin Jones working on Medi. French over, Lockhart 3. Rebound Medi, Mark Medi history. The all-time rebounds record has fallen. Move over Chris Durker. Mr. Rebound now belongs to Mark Medi, the all-time blocks leader and rebounds leader.
I mean, congrats to Mark. He's been Madonna basketball since 2018.
Brazelton left side, a diving stop, and the throw to second in time. And Madonna has swept the championship series here in the WAC tournament. You can see a massive celebration towards third base and the pitcher's mound.
That's the ball game. Final score. Come on, man!
Congratulations, Emily. You guys are going to play for the national championship later this afternoon. You guys worked the long way through the consolation bracket. What does it feel like now to kind of be in the final round?
It's crazy. A lot of people weren't expecting us. We've heard people say that they weren't expecting us, but to be able to do it and to knock down the top teams in the nation, it's insane, and it's going to be a great thing for the school.
Player today won the 60-meter dash, trying to do the double. Off they go. Here we go. Men's 200-meter dash final. And Abdul Rashid right on the inside in lane 1. Making a strong case early on. Lane 6 and 7 with Blacknell and Johnson. It's Blacknell right now. On the outside in lane 8, Cunningham. Blacknell, Cunningham, could be Chase Mars or Dante Soul as well. Way too close for my poor eyes to call. So we'll see how this plays out. Not posted it up on the board yet. It's Blacknell from Madonna. He is your national champion in the 200-meter dash. 21:07 is the time. Avion Blacknell. Foul.
Well, we thought we were going to get kickoff here very shortly, had it timed up perfectly. We've just been informed we have been pushed back 10 minutes, so kickoff will begin here at the Madonna Athletic Complex at 2:10 p.m. for the Crusaders versus the Trojans in a pretty highly anticipated matchup to see who is who. We're still early season. Both teams have been tested in different areas. This will be a test for both squads in their respective different areas. We'll push you aside, bring you back here shortly for kickoff. We apologize once again. Kickoff set for 2:10 p.m. here on the Madonna Athletics Network.
All right, ready, record. 2, 1, start record. All right, ready, record. 2, 1, start record.
Madonna University's one-of-a-kind broadcast and cinema arts program prepares you for success. Gain hands-on experience from professors who have worked in the industry. Work in a close, team-driven environment to create high-quality video. Network with industry professionals and gain valuable connections for your future. Come learn and create with us here at Madonna University.
Oportunidade. Opportunity means having access to research that I never imagined I would have before.
Purpose. Purpose keeps me going every day and lets me know that this is what I want to do.
Learn from professors who care about your success.
Prepare to succeed in a life of service to others.
Experience fulfillment in a career you love.
Madonna University. Learn more at madonna.edu.
Learn from professors who care about your success.
Prepare to succeed in a life of service to others.
Experience fulfillment in a career you love.
Experience hands-on learning in the classroom.
Prepare for a rewarding career.
My name is Zahra. I'm a nurse practitioner and I'm changing lives.
My name is Brad. I'm a police officer and I'm changing lives.
Madonna University. Learn more at madonna.edu.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well-earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
We'll see. He hates talking.
Me and my money attached emotionally. I get the clutch and if you get too close to me, I'm at the top where I'm supposed to be. Jumped in the games and it felt like they coaching me. Throwing the rats ain't but it's show to me. I'm on the road and I bet the jump with me. When I'm in traffic, it's always up with me. Pillsbury, man, I keep going with me. From the back, she giving me, and I ain't even pull my pants down. Jump in the box and slide to the other side. It's always a man down. Draw down, hands in the air, make one move, get down. Giving out smoke so long, they don't even want to talk no more. They just run down. No lock doors, I serve with a Got spent shoes hanging with a op. We call him Mickey, talk to the cops. I was on Panda, we saw. Back in the day, I invest in the block. Fast forward now, I'm investing in stock. I put a on that. Don't play cause I'm very invested in shots.
Push the off of the porch or break up down. Put the if it happen to blow, it makes a round sounds. Piece get on my lap, push it back and go to town down. Putting rap on my back and I'm back and stacking crowns.
From the refs for walking up and down. Yeah, they got another guy.
Sorry in advance for my bros. They whipping ass, but you whipping up. Shit in the bag if you looking for the got it in the bag, cause we put it on the the low, and I'm the with the flow. Give me a joke. Heard her say that you the next. No, I'm the best. Tell him stop the press stop. The top 5 list, get in they best, she get lopsided. The cops, we was running from Rottweilers. Most of my partners ain't had power, just a pop. Couple kids with all signs.
All right, ready, record. 2, 1, start record.
Madonna University's one-of-a-kind broadcast and cinema arts program prepares you for success. Gain hands-on experience from professors who have worked in the industry. Work in a close, team-driven environment to create high-quality video. Network with industry professionals and gain valuable connections for your future. Come learn and create with us here at Madonna University.
Second, what a rush. Look, I'm the type to talk to the stars. Straight up, these ain't tattoos, these are scars. My young dogs will tell you when the witnesses apart. They care about starving more than they do by the charge. Me, I can't break a commitment. I just see people f*** up the whole team cause they couldn't play their position. Talking about they didn't mean it, but you know the road to hell was paved with good intentions. I see myself in my nemesis. I contemplating forgiveness. I think I lost all my innocence. My life depend on this ain't no simple sucker shit. Try to steal and you get bit, that's what you mother. I feel safer taking risks and I can't eat this on my own life. Put my back against the wall just to see how much I grow.
And we're set to get going here from Livonia, Michigan. The Crusaders welcome in the Crossroads foe in the Taylor Trojans for an exhibition match here in the preseason still. And it's been a pretty good start for both of these squads. 4 games in, the Crusaders 3-0-1, and the Trojans at 3-1. Coming off of a loss, the Crusaders coming off a big 3-0 win over St. Francis here at the MAC from back on Saturday. It was a game they led 1-0 for majority. Got 2 late goals to go their way. 2 of them from Ryushin Harami, who had himself a big week. And now the Crusaders welcome in another tough Crossroads opponent in Taylor. Before they begin WAC play eventually, they got to go through the Trojans to start, who will start with the soccer ball at midfield. The Crusaders have been a pretty strong team on both ends, and the Trojans have done a great job in their defensive end, limiting shots on their freshman goalkeeper. Back in is Connor Shaw, the freshman from Colorado Springs. He mans the goal box for the Trojans, wearing white with the purple stripes. The Crusaders wearing their all blacks with the white lettering and the blue stripes in the front. Taylor controls early on, and Andres Gomez gets a steal right in the lane. Gomez looking through, puts a through ball looking for Corey Matthews. This one bouncing around, a great clear on the defensive end, just puts this one back towards midfield. The Crusaders boot it on over to the far side. This one will go out of play and will be controlled by the Trojans on a throw-in. Ryota Nakajima could not handle that one for the Crusaders in the far end. He's also had a pretty good start to his season. The Crusaders have had a pretty good, you could say, diverse amount of talent. They have scored on every single level. They only have 2 multi-goal scorers. Everyone else just kind of contributed here and there. Whereas you go on Taylor, there are 11 goals in 4 games. They have 4 separate goal scorers, all with a pair early on. And it's been a lot of youth for Taylor. For the Crusaders, it's a lot of returning talent. Here's one of them in Daniel Watkins, who had an unreal freshman season for the Crusaders. The Troy, Michigan native returns this year and is a big name, and here's Felipe Archibald with it now over to Jan Brun. Archibald with the first team all-conference defenseman in 2023. Big name on the back end for this Crusader team that is looking for a big year to kind of contribute and help out Afonso Henrique, who's been spectacular. This ball goes off. Ren Suzuki trying to keep it in, goes out of play. Taylor will take a throw in near midfield. They throw beyond the back end. Jan Brun in a defensive battle. Brun, 7 goals last year, but we talked to him early on before the season started and has been kind of taking on more of an offensive role. He's been kind of moved back to midfield and defense, and he's been spectacular. But the second leading scorer on the team last year with 7 of them, and have that versatility, is spectacular for the senior. He was on that 2022 team that went to the national tournament, as this through ball is a little bit too much. Afonso Henrique out of his goal to take care of it at the top of the box. He rolls over on the far side for Jordy Lopez, who's had a good return to his year. Matthew Rafferty has also been pretty big time on the back end for the Crusaders. This is a Crusader back line that really emphasizes keeping Afonso Henrique in position to make stops, and he's done a good job of that. 11 or 13 saves on the year. Good for an 8.76 save percentage this season so far. Brun couldn't get the slide tackle to go, and now Taylor with a little bit of room. A nice weave onto the far side. It's Liam Brennan. Brennan through ball into the middle. It's broken up by Archibald and cleared by the Crusaders. Kept in by the Trojans up top. It's Jeremy Rivera. Rivera looking for his man on the near side, a little bit too far in front of the intended target. The Crusaders take it with a throw-in. It was Liam Brennan, the sophomore from Dublin, Ohio, on the other side of that one. As Jan Brun have an award with the official before we are set to get going again. As we talked about for Jan Brun, big name senior, has taken on a new role this year. He's played that role before, but after scoring 7 goals last year on the attack, has moved sort of more to a defensive midfield look as Taylor spoils the Crusader breakout. Brennan tried to thread the needle, but Andres Gomez found his way, and now it's the speedster, number 10, moving across midfield. Puts the left foot onto the far side. That pass is read perfectly by the Taylor backline. Rafferty keeps it in, a good touch pass by the Crusaders to start their offensive attack. They're outnumbered, 3 on about 7 in the back end. Fighting through, Harami goes through, puts it in front. That one off of Shaw, I believe, and out of play. Excuse me, it was Ryota Nakajima on the far side looking on the crosser. It gets knocked down. The Crusaders will take their first corner of the day. Ryota Nakajima, the senior from transfer from Nihon University, Chiba, Japan native. A good crosser right there looking for someone in the middle. It was Jordy Lopez and Corey Matthews, 2 big name forwards for the Crusaders. And now Andres Gomez, the man who has 4 assists on the season, takes the corner for the Crusaders. Hit their first. Big chance for the Crusaders early on. Taylor gets that one outside the box. Long range kick from Watkins is blocked by his own man. Lopez puts a shot towards the net. It's blocked again. This one batted around. The Crusaders signaling handball, and they will get the whistle. But it does not go their way. It's a whistle the other way, so Taylor will take care of it. Every single Crusader threw up a hand saying a Taylor defender got that one on the arm, and they wanted something because it appeared to be in the goal box. Would have been a nice break for the Crusaders. But it goes the way of the white and purple. And now Taylor looking to flip the field. They've really only had one dangerous opportunity, but it was spoiled by miscommunication. As they work it back now to their freshman keeper, Shaw. Shaw's had an interesting start to his freshman year. He's let up 6 goals in 4 games, but hasn't had a lot to do. Taylor's defense has been pretty good at keeping opposing teams out of danger. That's going to be a point of emphasis for the Crusaders today. Attack the freshman goalkeeper. Make him uncomfortable and continue what you have done all season. They've only had 19 shots on goal through 4 games, good for just south of 5 per game, but they have scored when they've had the opportunities. Taylor on the back line will cross this one over onto the near side. The Trojans in that heavily contested Crossroads Conference. A lot of talent here. This is the second Crossroads team the Crusaders are seeing. Through ball over Jan Brun, but offsides is called. They were looking on the long side, trying to stretch Gusto Sanabria, the sophomore, who has been really good so far. It's been a lot of youth for this Taylor team. The sophomore, Sanabria. Devlin, the junior, stepping into the upperclassman role. The freshman keeper we talked about, Matt Yoder, their leading scorer, also a sophomore. And you look at some more big names for this team. The only senior that has really been massive so far this year has been Bryce Lawrence. He's one of the only, looks like 3 seniors on this roster for Taylor, competing with the young roster in the Crossroads. We talked about the last Crossroads team the Crusaders saw. It was here at the Madonna Athletics Complex. It was a rain-delayed game that pushed the game back a day against Spring Arbor, and the Crusaders used that little bit of a rest and that little bit of a mental reset to tack on a win, a convincing win at that against receiving vote Spring Arbor. If this Crusader team can play like that, we know they have the talent. We talked to Coach Mark Zathi about it. We know they have the talent to repeat what this team did in 2022, which was a 15-0-6 season that saw a conference championship loss in PKs, but a regular season title that sent them to the tournament. But it was a first-round exit in PKs. It was an early exit, as Mark Zathi put it. Ball bouncing around the box, but Taylor able to clear that one out of danger. Whistle blows, and Taylor will take it. It was an offsides call. This one a through ball looking to get it by the defense. Archibald in a pursuit, and that one's going to be blown dead. Just call it offsides on that one. Liam Brennan, a little bit too much. Trying to get past the Crusader defensive line. And for this Taylor team, for a team that has scored so much, 2.75 goals per game throughout their early 4-game start. They're going to have to do that with a youth movement in goal. This one goes out of play. The Crusaders trying to flip it now. They had a lot of pressure, and then Taylor kind of just stole it right on back. And since then, it has really been played heavily in the midfield. There has not been a lot of action on either side after the Crusaders controlled the first few minutes here in Livonia. Taylor trying to get it back on the Crusader side. Corey Matthews in pursuit, and a slide tackle forces it out of bounds. It'll be signaled Taylor ball. Andres Gomez was very adamant that was Crusader ball. Matthews almost stole it away perfectly. But Carter Glover, the junior defender, able to keep away. Contact near midfield. It will be blown dead, as it looked like a tire was blown by Levi Yoder. Jordy Lopez in pursuit for the Crusaders. Big name to get back for the Crusaders. We talked about the talent this team has. We talked about with Mark Zathy how they can make a run, and Coach Zathy was very impressed with their win against Spring Arbor. It was a big-time win, as Archibald's going to force that one out of bounds. Plays the body and angles off. Gusto Sanabria, keep him away from it. Afonso Henrique will take care of it himself in the goal box. Henrique was phenomenal last year in his split time in the net. Takes full control this season and has been spectacular through 4 games. A lot of confidence there on the back line. When we talk to key members of that defense, we talked about the importance of having a goalkeeper on the level of Afonso Henrique and how much confidence and how freely that allows you to play as the defender. And it's just so complimentary. Ren Suzuki makes a man miss, and now moving up for the Crusaders. He leads Corey Matthews right by the Taylor bench. Matthews stops, moves it with the left, trying to weave through the middle. Good left foot over on the near side to Daniel Watkins. He goes all the way over to the far sideline. The Crusaders now with the ball near the Taylor end. Nakajima trying to get by. He does. Purdy tries to cross it with the left. It's booted out by Taylor. I believe this will be a Crusader corner. And it will be. Andres Gomez will go take the corner again. It'll be the second corner of the game. Your Crusaders own both of them, both from that far side corner. Andres Gomez has 4 assists so far this season, and for the Crusaders to take advantage of the corners early on. This is a team that you want to attack early. If you can make them uncomfortable, they're young, especially on the back end. If you can make them uncomfortable, force shots on their young keeper, you can get yourself in a nice position to walk away with a victory. Gomez lines up the corner and drills this one on a low liner. The Crusaders trying to bat that one around. It's booted out up to the top of the box. Watkins tried to take it off of bounds. Puts it over to Gomez, but nobody there, and this one just booted back on the Newburgh Road. There's a souvenir for the residents of Livonia, Michigan. We play on with Watkins. He boots this one towards the box all the way on the near side for Ryota Nakajima. Ryota trying to fight through traffic. He does with a beautiful weave. Puts that one with the left, looking for free space. This pass just in front of the intended target. Looked like Corey Matthews in pursuit. Taylor will boot this one back to their young keeper in Shaw. Back on over to the near side. Ryota Nakajima in pursuit, just letting the back end of the Trojans just play a little bit game of keep away. They boot it on the far side. Jordy Lopez in pursuit, but Taylor's still maintaining pressure. Andres Gomez trying to get pursued. He knocks down that pass, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Taylor ball again on the throw-in. This one through now on the Crusader end. Whistle blows and contact. Taylor very adamant about it. The offensive player of the week in the WAC belonged to the Crusaders. It was Ryushin Harami after he had a 2-goal performance. He had two goals, both in that 3-0 win over St. Francis here on August 31st. No card assessed. A little shocked by that after the reaction from Taylor and everything going on. Thought maybe there would be a card assessed, but a long talk, there's nothing. And now Taylor will take it just outside the midfield circle over on the far side. It'll be a free kick. It was a card. We're getting the word from the officials. This one's booted by the Trojans. It gets by a lot of bodies. Corey Matthews going to watch that one go out of bounds, and it'll be Crusader ball in the throw-in. The card was on Felipe Archbaum. We were under the assumption there was no card, and then it was a late draw, but there was indeed a card thrown on the Crusader defender. Here's Felipe Archibald with it. He boots it towards the middle, looking for Fonzo Henrique. Dangerous spot. Henrique clears this one out towards midfield. It clears the head of both the jumping defender and Jordy Lopez. The defender in that play was Justin Devlin, the junior. One of the four Trojans with 2 goals. Defender and midfielder from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Shaw boots it over onto the far side. Gomez trying to close in. This one just booted onto the Crusaders' side of the 50. There's Ren Suzuki back to Felipe Archbaum. Archbaum has Bruin wide open on the near side. Bruin being heavily pursued. A good touch pass to Corey Matthews. Matthews with the left, moving through traffic. He does. Gets Bruin on the far side. What a weave by the Crusaders. Bruin onto the far side looking for something. Bruin tries to cross this one over for Gomez. Stops at the left, has a spin around and split a guy. Nutmeg the defender. Puts it onto the near side, and that one just in front of Bruin, who slides and keeps it in, but right back to the Taylor defense. This one an error clear into the box, but nobody there. Everyone preparing for the breakout by the Trojans, so they catch a bit of a break. Crusaders still maintain pressure. Knocked out of bounds, and it will be the Crusaders claim it's theirs. And it will be. Matthew Rafferty will go take it. The Crusaders claimed it was theirs, and you heard the Taylor bench very adamantly say it was theirs. But it's Ren Suzuki with it off the throw-in from Rafferty. He boots it back in to the defense. Lopez to Archbaum. Back to Andres Gomez near midfield. Gomez has been the main facilitator, of this Crusader team early on. Good breakup by Matthews, gets it to Bruin. He boots it back towards midfield to Jonier Torres-Gonzalez. Crusaders trying to get this one on the offensive side. Through ball a little bit too much out of play. The Trojans will take it right back. The Crusaders coming off a season last year where it was a bit of an up and down season. It was a season where they had to retool and lost Jordy Lopez due to injury after he was a all-conference team member back in 2022. Had 24 points. Lost their goalkeeper. And Afonso Henrique jumped right in as a freshman and was spectacular in his split time. Now he has a solo possession of the box early on. Bruin makes a man miss near midfield. It was a pretty move. Puts this one over to the middle to Andres Gomez. Gomez boots it on the right side, looking for Ryota Nakajima. Nakajima with the left a little bit too much, trying to get it right over the defender and get himself an open space. If you're just joining us here on the Madonna Athletics Network, I'm Sean Massa, bringing you all the action from the Madonna Athletics Complex right into the comfort of your homes. Subscribe to the Madonna Athletics YouTube to get all the action for all your favorite Crusaders athletics teams and all other content created, such as preseason interviews, highlight videos, and some hype videos if the Crusaders can get themselves in a deep run, which this team is hoping to do here on the pitch. It was a goal for this team. We talked to a bunch of members of the team, and it was a goal as Corey Matthews with a big play to break up the charge. It was Gusto Sanabria trying to get that one across midfield. Matthews stopped, and now the Trojans have to retract back to their own end. Gomez in pursuit. That one through by, looked like Levi Kelly over on the far side. Excuse me, my eyes deceive me. It's Carter Glover. But now the Trojans with the ball into the Crusader end. Matthew Rafferty in pursuit. This through ball is broken up by Felicia Archbom. They call that one out of bounds, and it will be Crusader ball. We talked to the members of this team, the coaching staff of this team. Mark Zathy was very adamant about it, and this team's leadership was very adamant about it, from really top to bottom, that this team, this group of talent, has a lot of opportunities to do some damage. And head coach Mark Zathy was very happy with how his team put stuff together, especially in the last couple games. Their big win over Spring Arbor, they carried that momentum over to St. Francis and were able to win a tightly contested and back and forth chippy game versus St. Thomas here at the MAC. But it's all about stringing together a lot and getting ready for the conference play, a conference that is very, very heavily contested going into the year. Indiana Tech, always very good. I've been the Crusaders' kryptonite a lot in conference tournaments. Of course, being the defending champion with a 2-1 win over Aquinas. Aquinas, once again, returning a lot of members. That's a big-name team. The Crusaders were the 3 seed last year. They defeated Lawrence Tech in the first round and then lost in the second round to Indiana Tech. The second straight year they had lost to Indiana Tech in the conference tournament. 2022 Indiana Tech here at the Madonna Athletics Complex spoiled an undefeated season and beat the Crusaders in PKs in a game that was just for bragging rights, as both teams already had a spot in the national tournament. Gomez puts this one through onto the far side of the box, looking for a header up there, got contact on it, but just north. Looked like Ren Suzuki rose up and got that for the Crusaders, but the Trojans will take it now at their own box. Fort Taylor is a tough year last year, 5-11-2. And it wasn't a fun end to the year, to say the least. They ended their year with a 0-0 draw with Grace, but it was the month of October and November were not fun. They only won a singular game after the start of October. After winning 3 in the month of September, October turned and they only won once. It was October 7th last year versus Mount Vernon Nazarene, but after that it was nothing but losses. They had a win against Goshen sprinkled in there at the end, but it was not a fun end of the season for a Taylor team that started out near 500. They've had a pretty good start to this year, though, with 3-1. But they have a tall task here with a Crusader team that has been playing some good soccer on the pitch. A good ball by Nakajima, able to get it through a defender. He's been all over the place. Good move over to the left. He puts a crosser into the box, looking for a attacker. Looked like Jordy Lopez was the intended target, but that one pretty easily booted out by the Trojan back end. Looked like that was Jeremy Rivera who got that one out of play. The Crusaders taking on the throw-in with Andres Gomez. Gomez looks in the box. A big jump in us, boots this one towards midfield. A good play by the defensive end of Trojans. Justin Devlin on the play. Matthew Rafferty up in the play for the Crusaders. Gets Nakajima. Nakajima trying to split 2 defenders. He puts this one through in the middle to Corey Matthews. It's booted back out to the top. Ren Suzuki bats that one down, but able to get back as a midfielder for Taylor. It was Matt Yoder on the play. And now Taylor trying to move this through. Good ball to get by Jan Brun by the Trojans. It's Sanabria. Sanabria being closed in. They're going to call it out of bounds on the near side. The Crusader bench was signaling for it. It was a bit of a later call, but they call out of bounds. And Jan Brun will take it on a throw-in. Carlos Martinez helping out the Crusaders here on this hot day on the pitch. Better weather than we've had the last little bit. Matthew Rafferty checks out for the Crusaders. Now with the ball on the far side is Ryushin Harami. Just won WAC Offensive Player of the Week with 2 goals in his last game, looking to keep up the fire. The Crusaders have been a team built from the back end, but that's a beautiful play from the back end of Taylor to stop that through ball to Matthews. Read it perfectly was Carter Glover. It's Ren Suzuki for the Crusaders. He's hit and took something to the face. Looks like he got a hand north of the shoulders at least. Appears to be okay. Took a nice fall there, but the Crusaders will take it on the throw end. No, they will take it on a free kick, by Brune. Puts this one over to Jonier Torres-Gonzalez. Torres has been a big piece for the Crusaders this year. Knew he was going to have a big role coming into the year. We talked to the junior and kind of what step he was going to take this year, graduating a few big names on the defensive end and having to really jump into an even bigger role, and said he was ready for it, said he was prepared, and he was excited. Brune puts this one on net, nobody going towards it, easily bounces into the chest of the young keeper, Connor Shaw. Brune just looking for a body to deflect that one past, but nobody there to intersect it, and Shaw gets an easy save. He boots this one all the way over onto the Crusader end. It's booted right back by Torres-Gonzalez, put right back on the other end by Jeremy Rivera. A lot of contact. Suzuki's going to pick up the whistle. Liam Brennan was the man, the victim of the contact. And he'll set the ball up just in front of the midfield circle, maybe 7 feet in front. He leaves for his defense. It's Justin Devlin, the 5'8" junior from Belfast, Northern Ireland. 2 goals on the young season. Of course, Taylor with that balanced scoring effort. 4 players with 2 or more goals so far in the first 4 games. Devlin trying to direct traffic before he boots this one away from just on the Crusader side of the midfield circle. He boots this one looking towards the box. Suzuki gets a header on it and gets it out of bounds. It's a throw-in near the corner for Taylor. It's out, and the Crusaders will take it their way. Here's Daniel Watkins, a sophomore, looking for an even bigger jump. Through ball to Jordy Lopez. That's a handball all the way, and it is blown dead. Lopez had nothing but green turf and had himself an open lane to the goal. But a handball to stop it from, looked like Jacob Carlson was the victim of that one, and he'll pick up a yellow. The big 6-foot freshman defender from West Chicago, the Wheaton Academy native, had himself probably a goal-saving play. Jordy Lopez looked like he had nothing but turf there. If he could get it by a defender on the far side taking an angle, but I don't know if he would have got there. It looked like Jordy Lopez with a full head of steam had a good look as Gabriel Bressanelli is going to check in for the Crusaders. He's going to check in for Corey Matthews soon. This through ball from Gomez bouncing around. Taylor able to clear it out of the way. They dodge a bullet. Gomez once again just booting this one towards the box. Shaw takes a lot of contact and a hit. The whistle's blown. It could have been an easy look for Jan Broom, but the whistle blows at the contact from Shaw, who went up to grab that one. Took a body, looked like of his own defender, but took a dip. Taylor trying to get this one out. Brune puts a reverse hit into a defender of, the forward Matt Yoder. He'll get called there for maybe a dip in the shoulder, but was going to take contact from the weak side and put a reverse hit in there. We are in Detroit, Moritz Sider-esque. As Taylor boots this one through, looking for a through ball. It's Bryson Lawrence on the other side. That pass read perfectly by the Crusaders on the back end with Narami. The reigning WAC Offensive Player of the Week with 2 goals in the 3-0 win here at the MAC on Saturday. Here's Andres Gomez. He boots this one through, looking for Nakajima. Nakajima with 3 defenders in the area, can't get it by Taylor. This one through the middle again. The Crusaders trying to stop the Trojan breakout. Fighting through, man, it's the floor, and it's going to be blown. Daniel Watkins and Jan Brune both hate it. They think it was completely clean. It's also going to be a substitution on the mark for Taylor, and it's a big one. They're both big-name substitutions. Gabriel Bressanelli, the junior defender, and then Elias Munoz has been unreal so far in his freshman season. From Honduras, Instituto San Francisco, Elias Munoz set the check in with Bressanelli on the other end. Brune breaks up the attack from the Trojans, put the through ball Suzuki. Beautiful touch on the near side to Corey Matthews. Put it through to Daniel Watkins. Watkins being pursued. Goes Lopez. Lopez to Matthews. Matthews looking for something right side. Puts a through ball, but deflected away by Devlin. And this one booted out of play. Bressanelli will check in for Corey Matthews. Elias Munoz will check in for Sanabria. Munoz has been spectacular so far in his freshman campaign with Taylor. 1 goal, 2 assists in his 4 games. He has not started in the game, but he has been spectacular. Corey Matthews checks out. Gabriel Bressanelli checks in for the Crusaders. Bressanelli has also been spectacular for the Crusaders early on in this year. Jordy Lopez trying to fight through. He has a lot of space. Puts a left foot on. It's deflected away by the back end. Looked like Justin Devlin booted that one away, and now looking for a through ball. It's Purdy to Munoz. Munoz has space on the near side. Boots this one towards the goal. The field goal's good. It goes north of the goal, and Alfonso Enrique will take care of it. Harami now moving with speed towards midfield for the Crusaders. He backpedals and takes away, goes back to Ren Suzuki. Suzuki over on the far side for Gabriel Bressanelli. Touch pass over to Felipe Arfum. Bressanelli now with it on the far side. The lone player in pursuit for the Trojans, Matt Yoder. Moves over on the far side. Now the Crusaders with a lot of speed. A pretty move on the far end. Looked like Torres Gonzalez with that one. Moves it over to Ryota Nakajima. Touch pass through the middle, Suzuki. Suzuki with Gomez behind, boots this one on the far side for Gonzalez. Bats that one down with the forehead. That one over to Watkins. Watkins was looking for a touch pass to Torres Gonzalez. But Torres Gonzalez not on the same page as the sophomore, and Taylor will take control of it. Still knotted up at 0 here at the Madonna Athletics Complex in the first half. It's a beautiful day for soccer. Absolutely gorgeous weather here in the Metro Detroit area. It's set to be a pretty week. It's the preview of fall before we get our annual week of heat, probably at the end of September. But for now, we're enjoying the beautiful weather of clear skies and mid-70s here in Livonia. We're enjoying a pretty nice soccer game as well. 0-0 the score so far in the first. Both these teams have exchanged their chances, but no one been able to crack the code. Good touch pass to Brune. Brune puts it through, but no Crusader in pursuit. This one will roll all the way toward the corner and out of play. Justin Devlin just elected to let that one go and take it himself. Or excuse me, give it to Shaw to take, but Shaw's not really booted him. He just kind of does what he does right there. Boots it to the far side defender and lets his back line take care of it. Put through all the way to the midfield line. More changes for the Trojans coming up. It's going to be Jacob Nicholson, the junior forward. He'll check in the game, I believe, for Matt Yoder, but we'll have to see. Ren Suzuki with it now for the Crusaders. Puts through to Jan Brune. Brune, a good touch pass onto the near side. It's Harami, a beautiful move. Gets by the defender, goes up, moving over, back to Gomez. Broken up by the Trojans. It's been the story of their season. They have done such a good job defending where it matters. A lot of contact on the near side. It's Munoz with it now for the Trojans, the freshman. What a throw, what a pass in the middle. Looking for pressure, Liam Brennan now on his own side. Boots it over to the far side. Little in front of the intended target, tries to slide and keep that one in play, but it'll be Crusader ball. There's been a lot of back and forth action so far today. Both of these teams have had their fair share of opportunities. Taylor hasn't necessarily been able to get anything going inside the goal box. The Crusaders had a few chances, but once again, Taylor has been doing what they've been doing all year. They limit the opportunities of the opposing team. Their keepers only had to make a handful of saves on the season. He's only faced a couple handful of shots on goal. It's been 1.5 against per game for the Trojans. And it's been 2.75 on the offensive side for the Trojans on the year. Crusaders with Jordy Lopez moves it back to Jan Brun now. Brun boots this one over. And it's good for 3 on the football field. He goes north and now changes will be made. Will be Jacob Nicholson, the junior forward, checking in for Matt Yoder, the sophomore forward. Nicholson, 6'2". Graduate of North Point Christian. Connor Shaw on the backside will boot this one away. It's an absolutely gorgeous day to be on the pitch here in Livonia. As it looks like more changes coming up for the Trojans, the next chance they have. Caleb Van Dopp, the freshman midfielder. He's set to check in. We'll have to see who he checks in for the next moment they're available, as the Crusaders still maintain on the throw-in. Gomez, a pretty move to get up to Nakajima. Nakajima looking through for Lopez. Lopez for Watkins. Watkins with the right will just go back to Jan Brun with a lot of space. Brun trying to thread the needle. He's hit hard by Munoz. Hits the turf and a whistle will blow. So the Crusaders will have a pretty good opportunity themselves. They try to move quickly, but whistles will blow. They tried. They'll say they moved a bit too fast. They try to catch Taylor off guard. And now they set up with a line of Trojans in front of the box, standing about maybe a foot or two in front of the box itself. Ryushin Harami set to kick. He does. He drills it just north of the post. Tried to pick that right side corner and just missed it. A good set chance from the Crusaders. They elect to go right for it all and just miss it. So Caleb Van Dopp will check into the game. Looks like he will check in for Bryce Lawrence, the senior, and he will. Bryce Lawrence, the senior from Columbus, will take a seat for the sophomore. The freshman from Marengo, Ohio. Harami puts a header on this one, back to the Taylor back end. It's Harami again, surrounded by 3 different Trojans closing in. Good touch pass from Watkins back to Brun. Has a tough decision to make. Goes quickly onto the near side looking for Harami. Harami trying to put the dance moves on. He's closed out. Put the perfect through ball through 2 defenders. Watkins over to the far side for Gomez with a little bit of time. Gomez cuts back towards the middle. Puts this one back for Watkins. Watkins just outside the box. Finds his man Harami. Harami trying to cut through. Beautiful move. Finds Watkins. Watkins boots this one just north of the goal. The Crusaders have had a lot of success on the perimeter, but this Trojan team does a great job the minute you get in danger of just swarming the attackers and not letting them do anything. It's been a back and forth first half so far here on the Madonna Athletics Network. If you're just joining us, I'm Sean Massa, bringing you all the action into the comfort of your homes as if you were right here with us at the Madonna Athletics Complex, enjoying this absolutely gorgeous Tuesday afternoon in the Metro Detroit area. Nothing but clear skies in mid-70s at most. Mother Nature starting to tease us with the likes of fall, but we all know we'll get our 1 week of summer at the end of September. Ren Suzuki with a nice header to keep that one in play. This one by Taylor put back into midfield. The Trojans trying to clear. Good through ball onto the far side. They want offsides. They'll get it. They were looking for Munoz, the freshman, but just on the back end of Brune. More changes will come for Taylor. They will make another change the next moment they have. It will be number 28, Luke Stimson, the sophomore defender from Powell, Ohio, the Worthington Christian grad. Here's Gomez. Gomez through ball looking for Lopez. That one batted away and goes all the way out of play. On defense was Justin Devlin, who's been all over the place for the Trojans, and a change will be officially made for Luke Stimson to check in the ball game. He will check in for the junior defender, Jeremy Rivera from Panama City. The Crusaders look to make a change of their own. Hassan Alatuli will check in. A sophomore from Dearborn, Michigan. Will check in momentarily for the Crusaders. Their first change in a while, their last one. Gabriel Brissinelli just made that play, booting it to the far side. Nakajima puts this one through looking for Lopez. It's blown up by the back end of the Trojans once again. And they recoup and rejuvenate. This one trying to be put through but blocked by Nakajima, who's in contact now. Good ball by Taylor to get it through the middle. Once again, boots off a few bodies of the Crusaders. A whistle will blow. Taylor sets and makes the move. They moved a little too fast for the officials' liking here at the Madonna Athletics Complex. Another Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference news. There is a good amount of action going on today. We'll get you the action on the Crossroads with Taylor coming up soon. But for the Crusaders, they are obviously playing right now with about a little less than 6 minutes remaining in the first. St. Francis will take on Cornerstone in a non-conference matchup, and then a Crossroads foe in Indiana Wesleyan is taking on the University of Northwestern Ohio at Racer Stadium. And then St. Francis, who the Crusaders just beat 3-0, is playing Siena Heights tonight at 7. They will travel to Siena Heights. So a lot of Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference and Crossroads League soccer matchups happening today, as that one's off the top of the crossbar. Looked like it had no chance and just kind of drifted down on the long through ball. The change will be made for Alatuli. He will check in. He will relieve Watkins for the moment. Sophomore in for sophomore. The Crossroads League has no other action going on today besides their WAC opponents that they play with. Indiana Wesleyan taking on University of Northwestern Ohio at Racer Stadium. And obviously St. Francis playing Siena Heights. Other than that, and today's action with Taylor and Madonna, no action going on in the Crossroads League. Torres Gonzalez trying to get that one through. It'll lead to a Crusader corner after it was batted out of play. It looked like the defender in pursuit there was Levi Yoder, I believe, the senior from Delaware, Ohio. Excuse me, no. Eyes deceive me. It was Jacob Carlson, the freshman from West Chicago, Illinois. But nonetheless, Andres Gomez goes to take the third corner of the game for the Crusaders. They have all been from that far side. They have not been able to get anything to go their way on these corners. See if Gomez can here. Gomez boots this one high onto the far side, and Taylor will get a header on it and put it over onto the near side. Stop it from going out of bounds, now looking to clear off the corner. Put it through the middle, a beautiful touch pass. Munoz now with it near midfield. He cuts back looking for his man. He got him. It was Nicholson, who's now being hounded by 3 Crusaders. It's taken away by Alatuni. Just checked into the game. Moves over to the middle of Lopez. Lopez trying to get the edge on the defender. Shoves him off a little bit, trying to put on the magic. He's got 2 defenders, and he loses it. He got it back. Now Lopez fighting on a defender. The defender he's fighting on looks to be Levi Kelly. Lopez blew a tire, got back up, tries to put a crosser. This one booted out of play off a Taylor defender. It'll be a throw-in for the Crusaders. Lopez putting up one heck of a fight over on the far side. That's a big name for the Crusaders to get back this year in Jordy Lopez. He has been peppering the net early. He peppers the net here and puts it just wide. He leads the team coming to the day with 15 shots, and boy, oh boy, did he just miss that one. A pretty good opportunity, but had to put a touch shot on it. Just right away, get rid of it before any defender had a chance. And it just goes a little bit far onto the far side post. It was a beautiful pass on the far side, and Lopez with the left just missed. Shaw was in the perfect position to give it a run for his money. This one towards midfield. Whistle blows. As the training staff will attend to an injured Crusader. I believe it's Ren Suzuki on the play. He appears to be okay. Mark Zathy just asking, can I sub for him? Wants to bring in Alex Selma. Bloody nose for Ren Suzuki. Appears to be okay, but a little bit of blood coming from the nose. Alex Selma checks in for the Crusaders. For Ren Suzuki. We're nearing halftime here in Livonia. We're still tied up at 0. As Taylor sets this one up with Justin Delvin. Put over on the far side, crosses one in the box, taken away by the Crusaders, now booted out of action. It's Nakajima with it now, trying to cut through the middle. He cuts back, trying to split 2 defenders. Puts up to Jordy Lopez. It's booted high in the air by Carlson on the pursuit. And that one, directly into the breadbasket of Afonso Enrique, who had to backpedal to get to that one. Enrique's been spectacular this year. He's had a pretty quiet job today, but in the right spot when he needs to be right there. Keep that long boot from going against him. First half action about to end here in Livonia. And that will do it for the first. We're all tied up at 0 here in Livonia after 45. We'll take a break. Bring it back. Second half action with myself, Sean Massa, here on the Madonna Athletics Network. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back shortly.
For the Warriors.
Tried to bite. Willis inside. Euro step. What a shovel pass to Lizzie Mosley. Showtime right there from Keanu Willis. Oh, my goodness. Oh, three-pointer from Crone. Can't get the bank to go. Rebounded by who else but McQueen. She's got 14 of those. And the Warriors are going to let it happen. Ticking the clock down. 13.5-point favorites. Rochester Warriors fall to the Crusaders. The first conference victory in a long time. Madness at Madonna here at ACC Arena. The upset. 17:45 remaining here in the second half. 0-0 looking to crack it open. One in the air, the header! It's 1-0! Jan Brun, his 5th of the year. Crusaders sideline erupts. Make it rain, number 8. It's 1-0. What a play! Gomez to Brun. You can't write it any better than that. The perfect window. Jan Brun is 5th of the year. It's 1-0 Crusaders, 17-40. Dunn up top, under 10, 5 seconds left. Dunn drives inside, could get a dribble, goes to Nunn. He goes baseline, gotta put something up. Young, fadeaway jump shot, bang! Goal game number 11. All-American season bid has started for Brendan Young. 69-67, this game's over. Skies that one in the center field. That one's going back into the chance. Krizik walks it off! Brady Krizik walks it off! He went to the batting cages to practice a little bit, and he nails it out at center field. Brady Krizik says, let's go home. We don't need 11 innings. He walks it off. A solo shot in the bottom of the 10.
You're good. Just settle down.
Devin Jones working on Medi. French over. Lockhart 3. Rebound Medi. Mark Medi history. The all-time rebounds record has fallen. Move over Chris Durker. Mr. Rebound now belongs to Mark Medi, the all-time blocks leader and rebounds leader.
I mean, congrats to Mark. He's been Madonna basketball since 2018.
Brazelton left side, a diving stop, and the throw to second in time. And Madonna has swept the championship series here in the WAC tournament. You can see a massive celebration towards third base and the pitcher's mound.
That's the ball game. Final score. Come on, man!
Congratulations, Emily. You guys are going to play for the national championship later this afternoon. You guys worked the long way through the consolation bracket. What does it feel like now to kind of be in the final round?
It's crazy. A lot of people weren't expecting us. We've heard people say that they weren't expecting us, but to be able to do it and to knock down the top teams in the nation, it's insane, and it's going to be a great thing for the school.
Earlier today won the 60-meter dash, trying to do the double. Off they go. Here we go. Men's 200-meter dash final. And Abdul Rashid right on the inside in lane 1. Making a strong case early on. Lane 6 and 7 with Blacknell and Johnson. It's Blacknell right now on the outside in lane 8. Cunningham. Blacknell, Cunningham, could be Chase Mars or Dante Soul as well. Way too close for my poor eyes to call. So we'll see how this plays out. Not posted it up on the board yet. It's Blacknell from Madonna. He is your national champion in the 200-meter dash. 21:07 is the time. Avion Blacknell. Foul.
done. Ready to go, boys.
It's second half action here in Livonia, Michigan. The Crusaders and the Trojans from Taylor all tied up at 0-0 after a pretty tightly contested first half. It was a first half that saw action go both ways. It was a first half that saw the Crusaders controlling the shot category, but Taylor able to keep them out of damage and keep just one of their 7 shots on goal. Taylor with no recorded shots and no recorded shots on goal. The Crusaders controlled a lot, almost everything. Taylor, their best opportunities were offsides, and Taylor the only team with a save, obviously, as the Crusaders have held Taylor off the shot category. Afonso Enrique has had a fun time. He has not done much, but as a keeper, you are not going to complain. See who comes out firing in this second half. Taylor tied up with the Crusaders, a Crusader team that has really had a good start to the year and got some national attention. Still looking to crack into that poll and maybe receive some votes first. They have a win over receiving votes, Spring Arbor. They had a convincing win over St. Francis. And now they're here against Taylor in a tightly contested matchup. Crusaders still undefeated on the season. Taylor with 1 loss, 3-1. The Crusaders with just a draw to Northern Michigan. We'll check in on the other action going along. It's 2 WAC and Crossroads games taking place today as well. Also some action in the WAC that does not involve the Crossroads. St. Francis leads Cornerstone in the first half 1-0. Indiana Wesleyan tied up with Uno. And then St. Francis and Siena Heights will take place later at 7 o'clock in Siena Heights. Under the lights. The Crusaders looking to get on the board here. Be the first WAC team to score a goal today, as Cornerstone still scoreless in the first, and the University of Northwestern Ohio still scoreless as well in a tied-up game versus IWU. It's Daniel Watkins with the ball for the Crusaders. He puts this one through towards the middle, looking for a man. Jan Brun wants a call. He'll get nothing. This one cleared out to midfield. Gabriel Bersinelli bats that one down. Allen has a little bit of time and space. Boots this one on the near side, looking for Jonier Torres-Gonzalez. Jordy Lopez was boxed out by the Trojan defender. It's back near midfield to Ryushin Harami. Felipe Archbaum over to Andres Gomez with a little bit of time. Crusaders looking for that crucial first goal here as we enter the second half. To Watkins. Watkins puts this perfectly to Torres-Gonzalez on the near side. Put the left foot on as Jonier Torres-Gonzalez right across her. Nobody there. It's easily taken care of by Connor Shaw, the freshman goalkeeper from Colorado Springs. Taylor clearing this one away. Over onto the far side. Taylor outnumbered 2-on-4, but they're looking to get something going. Jan Brun in pursuit on the defense. He forces it out to the far side. Sanabria keeps it in for Taylor. They work it back up top to Yoder, the leading goal scorer. He puts this one through the middle. A good opportunity. Knocked down by Matthews and cleared out of the way by Archbaum. Over towards the middle, headed back in by the Trojans. Gomez with a beautiful touch to himself, puts it over to the left, makes a man miss, going towards the circle, now circles back to the far sideline. Andres Gomez tries to boot this one to the offensive side. It's blocked by the Taylor midfielders, and now put all the way over to the far side. Crusaders still with possession. They have a little bit of time and space with Ryota Nakajima. He lost possession of that one, trying to put on the dance moves. Fights through, splits 2 defenders, hits the ground, falls on top of the ball. And the whistle blows. The Crusaders will keep it through the traffic. Gomez puts this one over in the middle of the set piece. To Harami, back to Bersinelli at the midfield circle. Bersinelli, Gomez on the far side, still has time and space. Taylor really congesting towards their own box. Puts it through over to Jan Brun on the far side. Brun near the corner, just north of it. Being collapsed by 2 Taylor defenders, they take it away and boot this one out of play. It's going to be Taylor ball. Good defense by the Trojans, not wanting the Crusaders to take anything. The Trojans allow 1.5 per game, and the Crusaders allow just 0.5. Back-to-back games, the Crusaders have held opponents scoreless. 2 big-time wins here at the MAC. They're looking to make it 3 in a row. It would keep them unbeaten on the season and unbeaten at home, their draw being a neutral site versus Northern Michigan, the Wildcats. Taylor trying to improve the record to 4-1. It would be a 5-game start that nearly sees them match their 2023 win total of 5. They have already won more games so far here in the month of August. We're now in September, but in the month of August, they won more games than they did all of September and August last season. That number would be 3. This play is blown dead on the Taylor offensive side. Handball is called, and now the Crusaders have to defend in front of their own box. It will be a set piece for Jeremy Rivera, the defender from Panama City. Still a tie ball game here in Livonia. Justin Devlin and Jeremy Rivera. The set block with Watkins and Gomez standing just inside the box. Rivera crosses. Devlin will take it himself. He puts this one high, looking for a man, Afonso Enrique. Reads it perfectly and now throws this one over onto the sideline. The Crusaders trying to move fast in transition. It's Ryota Nakajima, and this one's pushed out of bounds. Big defensive play on the angle. And there's a man down, at least at the moment, shaken up with the collision with Nakajima on the far side for Taylor. Can't make out a number for the defender, who's going to require assistance from our athletic training staff here in Livonia, and never mind, that's a lie. It's one of the defenders trying to make out the numbers still. It looked like Carter Glover, but he appears to be okay. The Crusaders take it with Bressanelli near midfield. Bressanelli now veering towards the middle, goes Jonier Torres-Gonzalez, puts the left foot on it over to Corey Matthews. Matthews collapsed on by 2 defenders, goes back to Torres-Gonzalez. With a through ball to the left, it's booted out by a slide tackle. Beautiful play defensively by Levi Kelly. The midfielder boots that one out of play and stops the Crusaders. Put it to the middle to Jordy Lopez. Lopez trying to fight through. He's collapsed on by 3 defenders, puts this one in open space, looking for his man Nakajima. Nakajima can't get to that one. It's Gomez. Gomez gets that one cleared out by Taylor. It's back towards the middle. The Trojans take this one, trying to get it by 2 Crusaders. Jan Brun in pursuit, knocks this one down. Taylor wants a handball, they won't get it. Wirtzbaum puts it through the middle to Watkins. Watkins with the left, puts on the near side, Torres-Gonzalez. Back to Watkins with a lot of time and space for the sophomore. Over to Corey Matthews. Matthews being closed in on by the defense. It's Levi Yoder who puts that one in. The whistle blows. Contact was with 2 players. It was Liam Brennan and Ryoshin Harami, and Taylor will take this one off a set piece. They try to put a through ball over to the fence. It's all the way in the box. Headed back by Bressanelli. Over to Henrique. Heads up play by the Crusader defender. Junior makes a big play, and now it's the senior Jan Brun. For Nakajima, back to Brun. Brun with a beautiful play back to himself. He's got it with the right. Puts it through, looking for Lopez. It's booted out of the way by Devlin all the way back to the Crusader side of the field. Nakajima gets it by again past a slide tackle. Beautiful play. He's knocked down from behind. Through ball looking for Matthews. He's got a little space on the left side. Corey Matthews stops to the left, now fights back. He's trying to dance. Goes back to the sideline. Puts a boot on, and it's knocked out of bounds by Levi Kelly. Kelly boots that one out of play. Matthews looking to cross it into the box, put a bullet on it, and it'll be a corner for the Crusaders, their 4th of the game. Taylor still without a corner. Gomez will set up on the near side corner. The Crusaders now attacking on the left side of your screen. The Trojans attack to the right. little discretion in the box with the officiating crew. But Gomez set to boot this one away. He boots that one high in the air. Taylor clears also north of their net. It goes off of a Trojan on the header and goes over their own goal, and we'll just do it all over again. We stay in the same corner. Will it be like Groundhog Day for the Crusaders with their 5th corner of the game? Or will they be able to crack the code? They elect to go short to Lopez, back to Gomez on the sideline. Lopez puts this one with the left through. It's headed out by the defense for Taylor. All the way back out to Daniel Watkins. This one knocked out of bounds. Crusaders will keep it. Andres Gomez now with it for the Crusaders. Back to Torres Gonzalez. He tries to put it through. It's off the defender. Levi Kelly ate it, and it goes out of play. Gomez with it now. Gomez puts this one through, looking for his man Jan Brun. A little bit too much juice on that one. And it's going to be Taylor ball. This one cleared out on the near side for Levi Kelly, trying to make Coy Matthews miss. Puts it between Matthews, but now it's Harami who takes it away in open space. Goes back to Bressanelli. Bressanelli now looking. He looks for the middle to Watkins. Watkins goes back onto his own side of the midfield to Harami. Harami far side for Archbaum. Archbaum crosses midfield and looking for something. 2023 first team all-conference defender for the Crusaders. A big name back on the back line. Rota Nakajima. Back to Harami. Rushan Harami with 2 goals in their 3-0 win over St. Francis. It's Gomez. Gomez looking for a through ball. Tried to get it over to Brun. It's headed out by the Taylor back line. Now it's Taylor on the far side with Sanabria. Sanabria trying to work himself. Able to get by a plethora of Crusaders. Now it's the back pedal. Gets by that one as well. All the way back to his own side of the 50 and sets it up for Carter Glover near midfield. Glover tries to get that one through Nakajima, but he bats it down. Ren Suzuki will check in for Jan Brun. Jordy Lopez with it, though, at midfield for the Crusaders as they start their attack. Lopez dancing on it. Lost it. It's kicked back by Taylor once again on the backside for Justin Devlin. Devlin puts a through ball in. Bressanelli up to it, but able to get to it in time as Henrique. It rolled into the box. Bressanelli was outnumbered 2-1 on that one, so big time for the Crusaders that it rolls in and allows Afonso Henrique to take care of it. Jan Brun now makes a man miss. Brun with the right foot puts it over for Gomez. Too far in front, broken up by Taylor again. Brun breaks it up back himself. Now looks, spreads the needle over to Watkins. Watkins moving towards midfield, puts it through to Lopez. Lopez knocks it down to himself, now being pestered. Lopez turns around, able to get by his man near the sideline, puts over to Jan Brun. Brun to Lopez, back to Brun. 9-8, back to 8. Here's Brun. Brun through to Lopez. Lopez long range shot is just wide of the left or the right side post. Has had a few good chances. They've just gone wide on some bullets. That one from the right leg of Jordy Lopez. And Connor Shaw will take this himself. Jan Brun checks out for Ren Suzuki. He gets a breather. Munoz will check in for Taylor. As they get this one on the Crusaders' side of midfield. It's a pretty good set piece and a pretty good piece of passing for Bryce Lawrence now. That one's crossed over through the middle by Liam Brennan. Brennan over to the far side. Taylor with an opportunity outside the box, trying to get something set up. They go to the middle to Yoder. Levi Yoder settles back, moves with the left. He's collapsed on that one, put through, and a foul called on the Crusaders. Elias and Munoz set the check in. Taylor setting up with the Crusader wall. See if they attack quickly. The Crusaders have had the only opportunity similar to this one in the game, and they went for it. They go for it here, and they just miss over the top right corner. Henrique watches it sail north and will take the ball himself. Munoz will now check into the ball game. Seems to be checking in for Bryce Lawrence, and he will be. The freshman checks in for the senior. Still tied up at 0. Here at the Madonna Athletics Complex. If you're just joining us here on the Madonna Athletics Network, Sean Massa bringing you all the action live from Livonia, Michigan, as if you were here enjoying this beautiful day with us. Just north of 70 degrees and open skies. It's Henrique. That was a little dangerous, but gets rid of it. Archbaum puts this one over onto the far side. He boots it near midfield. It's put back in, but blocked by the Crusaders. It was Harami. Harami now with it, looking for Lopez on a through. Gets him with space. Lopez with the right foot crosses this one into the box, looking for Matthews. It's just headed out of the way by Levi Kelly, and this one will go out of play, but on the sideline, so the Crusaders will take it on a throw-in. Kelly puts that one over, a good defensive play, and now Taylor trying to clear this one out of the way. Bressanelli pressured and forced Taylor to go on the backside. They force Taylor to retract back in their own end again. Here's Levi Kelly with it. This one knocked out of bounds. Corey Matthews with it now. Matthews with space. He has a lot of green turf to work. Puts this one over on the far side for Ryota Nakajima. Nakajima with a lot of space. He hesitates, goes over, crosses that one, but nobody there. A little bit too much juice. Watkins stops it. Watkins now with it, tries to do the same thing. It's knocked out of bounds off of Elias Munoz. It will be a Crusader corner for their 6th of the game. They still control heavily. 8-1 in the shot category, 1-0 in the shots on goal. This will be their 6th corner. There has been none for Taylor. It has been all Crusaders, but the score reads 0-0 here in the second half. This one from Gomez, knocked down by Torres Gonzalez, and Taylor able to clear that one out of danger. It's just booted towards midfield by number 19, Jacob Carlson. Ryota Nakajima, the Crusader going towards it, heavily pursued. Heavily contested, by Munoz. And now it's Ryushin Harami. The WAC Offensive Player of the Week with 2 goals last year helped the Crusaders to a 2-0 record on the week. They're looking to get a 1-0 record started with this one. They are set to play here again on Saturday. They will welcome in, they are on the road this Saturday. They travel to number 6 Bethel before they begin WAC play here next Saturday against the University of Northwestern Ohio. There's a WAC schedule that sees number 9 Indiana Tech here in Livonia on October 12th. And receiving votes Aquinas. In Grand Rapids, the Crusaders will travel to Aquinas on September 21st. Here in Livonia now, Matthews back to Gomez, who boots it into the woods. Little bit too much on that one. It was a pretty good opportunity from well beyond the box. It was a long-range one, but still a decent opportunity. And it's booted well into the woods behind the net here at the Madonna Lakes Complex. Suzuki boots this one, looking for Nakajima. Ryota Can't get to that one in time, but the good play by the defense, Carter Glover. Glover's not Carter Glover, that's Jacob Carlson. Now it's Nakajima again, looks for Suzuki. He has a lot of space just outside the box, puts this one to Gomez, back to Suzuki. Suzuki trying to settle it down, goes far side, looking for Corey Matthews. Matthews now trying to settle down, dances over, spins left, spins right, now spins back to the left side. He's knocked down by the defender, splits through, gets the whistle and the foul. A card is going to be assessed to Carter Glover. Excuse me, that card is going to be dealt to Gusto Sanabria, the sophomore from Venezuela. Still pleading his case, but he'll get the card. It was already assessed. He is not happy about it. And the Crusaders await to start their attack. They'll have a set piece from the far side, just outside of the box. A pretty good opportunity. One of the better ones they've had to draw something up. Andres Gomez and Jonier Torres Gonzalez standing by. Gomez will boot this one away. He boots this one to the top of the box for Daniel Watkins, who turns and fires through traffic. It bounces around a sea of bodies and goes over to the far side of the box, and Taylor's able to get it out of danger. It's broken up by Gonzalez, who boots this one back in. It's batted out by Taylor once again, and this time on the near side for Munoz. He's collapsed on by two Crusaders, who boots over to the far side. A good header, and now here comes Taylor. Looking for a through ball. They long-range shot. Henrique backpedaling. It goes just wide. Believe the shot was by Gusto Sanabria from out midfield. Trying to catch Afonso Henrique off guard. He did so, but just put it wide of the left side post. This breakout broken up, goes off Watkins. Jordy Lopez in pursuit, trying to get to it. It's booted out of play by the Taylor back end. A good play to boot that one away by Jacob Carlson. The junior has been all over the place today on the defensive end, as that's where this game's been played for Taylor. It's Matthews back to Harami. Taylor's done a good job keeping them off the stat sheet. Still a 0-0 tie here in the second. Suzuki, long range, puts this one through. Lopez between the legs, gets to it, turns left, puts a shot on net. Directly into the breadbasket, the intended receiver, Connor Shaw. The best chance the Crusaders have had today is Jordy Lopez. He has had a lot of looks on the offensive end, and a beautiful stop. Connor Shaw's in the perfect position and makes the catch. It was a forehead high grab, but right in the breadbasket, put the hands up and went right where it needed to be. He boots this one over onto the Crusaders side of the 50, trying to flip the field. Archbaum puts this one back up. Gonzalez touches it down, and it's taken away by Taylor. It's Liam Brennan who puts it into open space. Taylor flips. They look for Munoz. Munoz on the stretch. Munoz trying to get to this one before it goes out of play. He'll stop it right at the line. Munoz dancing, moves over with his left. Munoz boots that one far side. It's just wide. Oh, that was dangerous. Munoz put it in the right spot. It just went wide. Had an intended target as well, and it just goes past the sliding left leg. It looked like the intended target on that one was Jacob Nicholson, the junior, who's been everywhere. Luke Stimson checks in, and Matthew Rafferty set the check in for the Crusaders here shortly. They work it back over. Bressanelli now inside of his own box. Bressanelli carrying, goes over onto the near side. Torres Gonzalez. Nakajima has his through ball broken up by the defensives. Levi Kelly in pursuit. Now Taylor tries to get that one through. Error pass, rolls over, ground ball for Henrique. He settles it for Bressanelli. Here's Suzuki. To Corey Matthews. Watkins, Suzuki now with it near the Crusader logo. Bressanelli. for Torres Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Ryota Nakajima, trying to split two defenders. It's broken up by Elias Munoz. Munoz puts this one over on the near side. In pursuit is Nicholson. Nicholson stops him from going out of play just beyond the Taylor bench. Crosses this one into open turf. It's wide open with a little bit of space. Rivera puts it in the box. Munoz touches it down, but the offside is called. Taylor has had a lot of opportunities, but most of them have been blown dead by offsides calls. That's one of them. And now the Crusaders look to clear. Jan Brun will also be set to check in for the Crusaders. Bressanelli on the near side looking for a long stretch. Puts this one through. Levi Kelly gets a header on it. Stops it from going anywhere more closer to his goal. Here's Jordi Lopez for the Crusaders. Lopez being forced out of bounds. They flagged that it was out, and it was. Play is blown dead. 3 subs now for the Crusaders set to come in. As Selma. Selma, Brun, and Rafferty set to come in. Reinforcements for the Crusaders. Their next opportunity to do so. Here's Bressanelli. Gabriel Bressanelli back to Andres Gomez. Corey Matthews stops that one from going out of play, but can't stop his momentum. Taylor clears this one all the way back out to Andres Gomez. Gomez puts it into the midfield circle for Bressanelli, who has a little bit of time. He's being pursued, but now moving over to the left side angle. Bressanelli puts it through the middle to Nakajima. Nakajima backpedals to Gomez, wearing the captain's sleeve. Gomez boots this one over. Torres Gonzalez puts a left on it, but just a little bit out of bounds. Jonier Torres Gonzalez, Ryota Nakajima, and Andres Gomez will take a seat. Jan Brun, Alex Selma, and Matthew Rafferty will check in. Selma, the freshman from Catalonia in the British School of Barcelona, making an impact as a freshman. The Crusaders have had a pair of freshmen making big names for themselves on the pitch. Last year it was Daniel Watkins. Taylor now setting up on their own side. It's Connor Shaw. Reinforcements for Taylor as well coming up. They will check in too. They will check in Liam Brennan and Caleb Van Dopp. The first time we're seeing Van Dopp, I believe, here in this second half. And Liam Brennan will check back in. Rafferty gets a header on that one to break it up, but Munoz keeps it in beautifully. Munoz working through, puts it into open turf for Rivera. Rivera over on the far side. Puts this one, crosses into the box. It gets by the Crusaders, but goes all the way out. Dangerous, as there was 2 Trojan strikers right there. The Trojans get their first look from the corner. Looks to be Jeremy Rivera to take this corner. The first corner for Taylor. Madonna's had 6 and has nothing to show for it. Taylor still without a shot on goal. And they'll stay that way right now. This one tied it up. Taylor keeps it. They put it back over to Rivera. Rivera tries to cross one in the box. This one headed out by Rafferty. A dangerous opportunity, but Matthew Rafferty able to get a header on that one, forced it out. It'll be another corner from the opposite side. We'll flip 180 degrees to the far side of the field as subs are being made. Van Dopp will check in as well as Liam Brendan. Jeremy Rivera will check out. Now over on the far side, it will be Gusto Sanabria, a sophomore from El Romanzo, Venezuela. Excuse me, no, that is Justin Devlin. Justin Devlin taking the far side. He boots back-to-back corners. This one batted around. A sea of bodies just cleared out of the way by the Crusaders. It'll be a throw-in for Taylor this time. Booted around the box off a plethora of bodies. The Crusaders able to clear it out of the box. Jan Brun in pursuit. Can't keep this one in. It'll be Afonso Henrique in his own box. He'll settle it right down. Arsenelli over to Archbohm, over on the far side for Brun. Game still tied up at 0-0. Less than 20 minutes remain. 16 minutes in regular play time. Crusaders looking for a win. I can tell a draw would not be ideal for them. They want the victories. This one, a good shot, but goes off a few Trojan defenders. Alex Selma booted on it, but now it's going to be a corner for the Crusaders. Their 7th of the game. They work quickly for Brun. Brun puts that shot on net, but it can't make it through. It goes off a defender. It was blocked and deflected away by Jacob Carlson. Brun again fakes the shot, shakes his man. Brun again gets by. Brun with the right, crosses this one off the head of Devlin. This one in free space for Munoz and Jordi Lopez. Lopez trying to make a run. This one goes out of bounds. The Crusaders keep. Throw into Harami. Harami back to Lopez. Lopez puts this one a mile high into the box. Devlin puts this header a mile high as well. Selma knocks it down. Taylor Munoz with a header puts this one near midfield. This one put on to the far side. Munoz able to touch that one with the right. It goes out of bounds though. And it'll be Crusader balls. They look to flip the field again. Still tied up at 0-0 here in Livonia. The Madonna Athletics Network welcomes you as this one's cleared out. Taylor claims it's theirs, and it will be. The Crusaders are not happy, but it will be. Oh, no, it flips. Jordi Lopez now with it off the throw-in. Looked to be Taylor, and off the reaction the Crusaders had, they claim this is theirs again. This one goes to Taylor. So one that we thought was originally Taylor and turned to the Crusaders. Crusaders are allowed again, make their case, but it goes the way of the white and the purple. Over onto the backside. It's Jacob Carlson into the goal. Lopez in pursuit, forces the freshman keeper Shaw to make a quick decision. This one booted all the way over to the Taylor bench, but out of bounds. Rafferty will take it on the Crusader offensive side on the throw-in. Less than 15 to go. Apologize for that loud boom. This one booted back in by Bressanelli. Headed back out by Carlson near midfield. Taylor able to knock this thing down. They're keeping this game tied up at 0. The Crusaders trying to score the first. A lot of the game action's been played on the Crusader offensive side, but Taylor's done a great job defending. They get a good ball here near the crease, near the box. They cross, looking over. It's a good range shot, knocked down by the Crusaders. Rafferty clears this one on a play. Matthews is checked from behind. Foul is called on Carter Glover. Watkins now for the Crusaders. Looks for Matthews. Matthews with the right. Gets by a defender. Spins away. This ball going towards the out-of-bounds line. Matthews able to save it. Keeps the ball for Watkins. Watkins trying to cross this one in the danger. Gets by Lopez. Goes over to Rishan Harami. Harami with two defenders. Goes left again. Puts a left foot on it. Crosses this one to the far side of the box. And Devlin's going to head this one away. It'll be a corner for the Crusaders. This will be numero 8. Corner 8 for the Crusaders. Looks to be Daniel Watkins. Watkins boots this one into the box off the head of Lopez, off a defender of Taylor. It's back out into danger, a boot over the net. I believe it was Jordy Lopez again, who has just been everywhere. Some changes are being made on the Taylor end. They will check in Jeremy Rivera. He'll check in for Luke Stimpson, who sits down. Gomez, Torres Gonzalez, and Nakajima looking to check in for the Crusaders the next chance they can. But nearing the 80th minute here in Livonia, we're still tied up at nothing. Taylor with a throw-in on the offensive side. They haven't been able to maintain a lot of pressure from the offensive side, aside that barrage of corners where they saw 3 of them in the matter of 30 seconds. They have not seen much. The Crusaders have done a good job really keeping the play on the offensive side from their sake, but they have not been able to crack the code yet. Connor Shaw with 14 shots for the Crusaders, 3 of them on goal. Shaw has 3 saves today. He had 2 on the season entering the day. Matthews looking for Lopez with speed, trying to get by a defender. Jordy Lopez with time, put the shot on. Shaw, big save, rebound, cleared out by the Trojans. Wow. It stays in play. Matthews looking. This one through. Corey Matthews with a chance, but knocked down and taken care of by Shaw. My goodness. This has been all Crusaders all day from a chances standpoint, but Taylor has been able to hold them off. We're still tied up at 0. Santa Bria will check in at the next moment, along with Matt Yoder, the leading goal scorer. Harami. This one booted back to Shaw, who settles it down and now looks for something to go his way. We're past the 80th minute here in Livonia. It goes on to the Crusader defensive end, but it's Felipe Archboom as subs are waiting for each team. Bressanelli now with it, veering towards the near side, cuts back to the middle, goes far side for Archboom. Beautiful play by Jan Brun, looking to crack into the Taylor offensive end. Still tied up at 0 here in Livonia. It's been a back and forth battle. Jan Brun now with it for the Crusaders. Brun looking, looks for the middle for Watkins. Watkins tries to put that one, a lot of contact. Changes will now be made for the Crusaders ahead of, believe they are set with a corner. Andres Gomez checks in, who has taken every corner he's been in the game for. We'll see if he settles over onto the far side. Andres Gomez, fresh off the bench, will take the corner for the Crusaders. Gomez boots the corner off the bench over to Archboom, who puts that one into the woods. Taylor will clear this one away. Don't know how much stoppage time we'll have, but or how much extra time we'll have, excuse me, but we're nearing the 84th minute here in Livonia. Suzuki keeps this one in with the header. Pressure near midfield. It's cleared away and a beautiful chance. Here's Elias Munoz. Munoz, the freshman. A chance for Taylor. Taylor trying to get this one through. Munoz broken up and booted all the way by Rafferty. Or excuse me, by Bressanelli. Brune trying to keep this one in. He cannot. Taylor will maintain. That might have been the best opportunity in a vacuum that Taylor has had all night. Elias Munoz, the freshman who has been spectacular with two helpers and a goal in 4 games in his campaign. Enrique settles down and now leaves for his back end. This one through to Harami. Harami looking. He has his man Selma. Selma trying to settle it down. Selma being pestered, trying to get it by the defender. He can't do so. Good job by Taylor. It's a grab, and yeah, the whistle. He wrapped the hand around the waistband. You can't do that on the attack. Good job by Levi Yoder, the senior. On defense for Taylor, number 16. About 5 minutes to play in this 0-0 game. Both teams looking for a late goal that gives themselves the first of the game and the lead. Taylor now with it on the offensive side. Looking to get their first shot on goal. Cutting through lots of traffic. This one booted out of play. Deflected. Looked like Santa Bria given an opportunity. And it will be a Trojan corner. It's going to be Devlin taking the corner. Devlin will set up and boot this thing to the box, looking for something to go their way. It's bouncing around up top, cleared away by Watkins into open turf near midfield. With a lot of space and a lot of time is Carlson, who steps in with it. Carlson will boot this one to the far side. He gets it right back to Devlin. Devlin will boot this one towards the box. Bressanelli breaks it up. There was 2 Trojans in there. It was Elias Munoz and looked like Matt Yoder. 2 big name offensive names. And it goes to another corner for the Trojans. Time is ticking down here in Livonia. We're tied up at 0-0 with the Taylor Trojans and the Madonna Crusaders. Crossroads and the whack. Another corner, this one put in, booted aside off the head and out of bounds by the Crusaders. Looked to be Jordy Lopez who got a piece of that one, and it will go back to the same spot with Justin Devlin, the junior from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and Westcliff. One of 4 Taylor Trojans with multiple goals this season. Puts this one towards the middle. Dangerous chance. Knocked out of play by the Crusaders. Knocked out of the way by the Crusaders, excuse me. The lacrosse team awaits here in Livonia. This one for Harami. 3 minutes to play and change here in Livonia. Harami with it on the offensive side. The Crusaders. Harami cuts back looking for an outlet. He doesn't have much. Rushan Harami being forced. He's pushed down, and the foul will be called on the Trojans. They don't like it. The Crusaders got to push offensively if they want to score here. Here's Bressanelli, 2.5 minutes to play here in Livonia. Honcherbohm over to the far side for Brune. Brune to Nakajimi. He's shoved down from behind. Another foul call. Taylor giving the Crusaders a set chance here. Andres Gomez, got to work fast if you're the Crusaders. Nearing 2 minutes to play. The final couple of minutes here in Livonia. We're still tied up at 0 here on the Madonna Athletics Network. The chess match between the Crusaders and the Trojans. Gomez with a set piece. Boots this one on the near side. Nakajima down low, puts this one through on the ground. It's knocked away by Taylor. Put up to the far side into open turf. Harami's going to be the first to it, but heavily pursued by Levi Yoder. Gets by Yoder, moves over to the left side, gets by Munoz. Harami stops, looking for a cross. Harami being pressured in the corner, knocked out of play. And it's going to be a goal kick for Taylor. Nearing 1 minute to play. Taylor just looking to get this thing out of their own end. They're tied at 0. And with the amount of time we've played in the Crusader end, you'd think they got to be okay with that. Booted out by Shaw to the Crusader side of midfield. Put back in by Suzuki, booted back in by Jeremy Rivera, out of play. Under a minute to play here in Livonia. Getting closer and closer to a 0-0 draw here in Livonia. Harami trying to put this one on Crusader offensive side. Taylor trying to keep it away. Nakajima takes a hit. Foul's going to be called on Liam Brennan, the sophomore. Nakajima appears shaken up, but will stay in for the final half minute and change of this ball game. One final push for the Crusaders. Jan Brune will look to boot this thing all the way in towards the box. The Crusaders send Janier Torres-Gonzalez in. Brune elects to go short to Gomez. Andres Gomez will boot. It's blocked away by Taylor. It was Liam Brennan. Back to Felipe Ochbohm. Under 10. Gomez, one final push. Brennan in pursuit. Bressanelli. And that'll do it. We end in a 0-0 tie here in Livonia with the Crusaders and Taylor in the Crossroads Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference battle. It ends scoreless 0-0 despite a pretty heavy favor in the Crusaders on the offensive side of the ball. The Crusaders outshot Taylor 16-2 and outshot them 4-0 in shots on goal. They had 9 corners to the 6 Taylor corners. 10 fouls to 9 fouls, and Taylor had the advantage in the saves category as they did not record a shot on goal. But freshman keeper Connor Shaw came into the day with a struggling season. 6 goals allowed on 8 shots. He settles in and makes 4 big saves today, most of them on Jordy Lopez, who had point-blank opportunity. After point-blank opportunity, it seemed like he had every chance to make this a Crusader lead, but the freshman keeper was able to stay on top. In other Wolverine Hoosier Conference / Crossroads news, St. Francis and Cornerstone are knotted at halftime. Indiana Wesleyan down to the Racers at Racer Stadium. Uno leads 1-0 at half. Here in Livonia, however, it was a 0-0. It was a 0-0 draw with the Crusaders and the Trojans. You've been watching Crusader Soccer on the Madonna Athletics Network. Myself, Sean Massa, bringing you the comfort, bringing you all the action into the comfort of your homes, live on the Madonna Athletics Network.